it's cold out. Sure hope I don't have to do multiple takes.
The time has come, the walrus said.
Dance sequences aside, welcome everyone to our next Let's Play, which is Donkey Kong Country 3 Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. If you're wondering about the beret, yes, I did buy it solely for this Let's Play. I'm never wearing this again. But hey, it's tradition. In the original game I wore the red tie, the necktie, and the second game I wore the red hat and the red shirt. So now I got a pink hat and a pink shirt, pink beret, or a raspberry beret, just like Dixie Kong. Because she takes over as the main character in this game, so how about that? Just freaking out about something, but anyway, let's just go ahead and begin a brand new game, single player. I'm okay. Well, Terry, there's my answer. So this here is the third and final installment in the Donkey Kong trilogy on the Super Nintendo, and in both my opinion and in the general public's opinion, it is the weakest in the trilogy, but it's still a great game. I found life too hectic at school with all those naughty kremlins pestering me. If you need to save your game, Dixie, call here anytime. Wrinkly is once again our save system, just like the last game. I'll record your progress in my new VidMe What's-It machine for you. So, yeah. As you can see, our save system and something in her house is a Nintendo 64. That's how new this game is. It came out after the Nintendo 64 did on the Super Nintendo, which is part of the reason why this game doesn't get as much recognition as the first two entries. I think that is a bit unfair to it. After all, there are lots of great games that get released on previous systems. I mean, on this channel we played the 8-bit versions of Sonic, Kirby's Adventure, which is one of the first games I played on the channel and one of my favorite platformers of all time. That game came out after the Super Nintendo did on the NES, so... I mean, there are things that get in the way, I understand. There's game delays. Star Fox 2 is one of the best examples, but I haven't even played the original Star Fox yet, so we'll get to that some other day. Meantime, here we have the general store, and we have some bear guy here. Hello there, young Dixie. My name's Bazaar. All of our brothers are scattered over these islands. Yeah, okay, so from the bear aesthetic and just the general look, boy, do I feel like I'm at home. But not quite. I'm close to home, but not quite. We're in, essentially, Canada, as where this game takes place. And I really would like you to know that, from a lot of the game's aesthetic and everything. Yo, Dixie, what's happening? I've set up my smoking new boat shop in the... Oh, I missed it. I've also brought your excellent cousin Kitty Kong along for the ride. Ah, yes. He may be a toddler, but if you let him throw you upwards, you'll almost reach to the stars. Oh, yeah. And if you throw him, his humongous body could smash through the floor of some areas. Trust me. See, a funky here manages our vehicles. Which, yes, I said vehicles because we need vehicles to traverse the overworld. This has to be the most unique and interactive overworld in any video game on the Super Nintendo, where essentially we have to go around, find secrets. Like here we have Bounty Beach, where we can see there's a bit of a puzzle here. Okay, when I say a bit of a puzzle, I really do mean a bit of a puzzle, because it's just Simon Says, and it's very easy. But we got a banana bird. There are going to be so many of those collectible throughout the game, and you just find them in secret areas in the overworld. Honestly, the overworld is one of the coolest new innovations of this game, because other than that, it's your typical Donkey Kong Country affair. We go to our first world here, which is Lake Orangutanga. I don't know why that's a bit hard to say. We go to our first level within said world, and we're off. Dixie Kong controls just like she did in Donkey Kong Country 2, meaning she's once again able to fly and twirl, which is very nice. Kitty Kong, who's the new sidekick, is, he's kind of weird. He's essentially if DK was in Donkey Kong Country 2. He has the exact same role that Donkey Kong does, as you can see here. He doesn't have the slam down on the ground like Donkey Kong did, but whoever used that. He also throws Dixie very high. Dixie, when trying to throw him, will have a bit of a hard time, as you can see. She's suddenly very slow, and he's very heavy for her. But if we do manage to throw him, if we get an opportunity, he will break through certain areas of the floor like that, leading to bonus games like this. So it's an interesting experimental dynamic, but I don't think it's as revolutionary or interesting as Donkey Kong Country 2 introducing Dixie Kong. It's essentially just another version of DK, and I don't even like playing DK as much as I like playing Diddy Kong, so... Yeah, this duo isn't quite as likable to me as Donkey Kong Country 2's duo. Hey, Jaina. What do you think of these characters, Jaina? Something tells me you like Kiddy Kong, because he's always disobedient and so troublesome, Jaina. Oh, one new innovation with Donkey Kong Country 3 that's actually kind of a step back in my opinion. We had the Donkey Kong coins in the second game where they're just a little collectible thing you have to find. In this game we have them too, only in every instance it's a guy with a shield. So we can't just throw it at him, we have to bounce it off the wall behind him. Like so. Every single level has one of those guys, and every single level we have to bounce it behind him to hit him in the back. It's honestly not as interesting as just trying to find the collectible, you know, DK coin in Donkey Kong Country 2, but it's fine, I guess. They do come up with some clever ways for you to have to hit that guy from behind, I'll admit. We also have a brand new animal buddy here. This is Ellie the elephant. She can suck barrels. She could do some other stuff from that, but right now there's not really anything introduced like that. They'd be like, wow, that was a quick segment. We did get some of those coins, the new coins, the bear ones. And as we end the stage here, we get either a pink... As we end the stage, we get either a pink or a blue flag, depending on who we end the level with. So yeah, that's the basic gist of Donkey Kong Country 3. We go from level to level, just kind of playing it like any old Donkey Kong Country game. Perhaps that's also part of the reason why it was somewhat forgotten, is not only was it late in the Super Nintendo's life, but it didn't really do much to shake up the formula. There's some interesting level gimmicks like these levers that open the doors, but it's a fine game. It's enjoyable, and if this is your first time playing a Donkey Kong Country, then hey, I do think it is better than most platformers of the day. The music is good. I don't think it's as good as 2, which has one of the greatest soundtracks in any video game, at least in my opinion. It's got its own identity. In fact, it kind of feels like something Rare would do later on. For some reason, it reminds me of Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is a game Rare would release in the Nintendo 64 later, but maybe that's just me. A very easy bonus game here. I don't plan on doing 100% completion. I did eventually in the second game, like, go back and do an extra part, which I might do that here. I've never done it before. So it'd be a neat experiment, I suppose. I suppose I should also talk about the game's story. So okay, you know how in the last game they kidnapped Donkey Kong? In this game they kidnapped Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. That's the story. It's not very original, but it gets the job done. Donkey Kong Country games aren't exactly known for this story, and I think it's fine that way. Oh, and so here we have a moment where we gotta be kind of creative with the DK barrel guy. We gotta open the door so that we have the window to throw it behind him. You know, they do try making it a bit more interesting there, but it does seem like one of those things where, okay, we needed to just put this in the game. Alright, let's set off a little section of the level for him to be every time. I suppose let's go into Wrinkly's Save Cave here. Look, she's asleep. I'm sure she won't mind us saving our game, though. We do have a banana bird in the house now that we collected it out in the overworld. That's neat. We can even see one banana bird on the list of collectibles there. We have our total B coins and DK coins, or bear coins as well. And see, they make the overworld interesting here, where we actually are swimming around in this little area, and we can go off to this Barnacle Island bear house here, and there's a new bear. Hello there! How's it going, Kongs? Barnacle's my name. And I've set up here... Oh, what do you say? Have you seen my shell collection? It's nearly complete. And off we go. So yeah, honestly, some of the weird stuff in this game is that there's a lot of trading quests. It seems like a weird thing for a platformer, but yes, we need to find certain items to then give to other bears, to then give to other bears and all that stuff. And that's how we get some of the banana birds. Like, we could clearly see one of the banana birds was in his cage, waiting for us to collect it. It's like they threw the DK coin guy right at the start of the stage here. Let's do that then. I suppose that is the one difference with Kiddy Kong I've yet to acknowledge, is that when he holds a barrel, he holds it in front of him, like Diddy Kong did. Jaina, why did you paw that off the table? Why did you do that? What reason? So yeah, I do like that. I'd prefer that with Diddy anyway, holding the barrel directly in front of them. Serves a bit of more protection, in my opinion. Collect 30 stars. Oh, we have a little bonus game here. And... I think we were supposed to get Ungard the Swordfish for this. I must have missed him somewhere earlier in the level. It's fine, I guess. Ungard is returning, as you can no doubt tell from the signs saying that he can't pass this point. Which makes Ungard the one and only animal buddy to appear in all 3 entries of the series. Rambi, I'm getting ahead of myself, but Rambi has kind of just been replaced by Ollie. I guess to suit the game's more light tone or something. After all, it's kind of given up the realistic look of the original Donkey Kong Country at this point, when you have literal clownfish and robot bees. This game's a little more cartoonish, a little more easy. Well, okay, I'd say a lot easier in general, but it's still fun. And we have a mountain, of course. Skitter's Row, that's a clever name. We have a level, of course, in the snow. There was, of course, an entire snow-themed world in the original Donkey Kong Country game. That is something that I kind of miss from 2, is having entire themed worlds like, oh, this entire world is going to be swamp-themed, this entire world is going to be lava-themed, stuff like that, you know? But, again, this game is going for something, and if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, it's probably still okay. This is by no means a bad game. The fact that we can play as Dixie Kong is great. She's easily my favorite Kong to play as, just flying on by. A little twirl isn't super useful, but it's good enough. It gets the job done. I mean, I don't hate Kiddy Kong as much as a lot of people do. He's not a very popular Kong in the Kong family, but there's not much likable about him. He's a little kid. He cries when he gets beaten. I mean, like a baby, he cries. I guess if you like the comically powerful baby archetype, like the Jack Jack, or no, that's all I got, the Jack Jack. Oh wow, we already got a level where we're going to be playing as one of the animal buddies. We're playing as Ellie here. As you can see, Ellie can easily handle these mice, no problem, no fear, despite being an elephant, until the mouse is in the light. Then it scares Ellie and automatically makes Ellie run away. So, this is a level all about the light, and whether or not we can see mice in the light, how we're going to handle them. Like, that's a perfect demonstration up there of trying to avoid the mouse up there. And it does make a bit more creative use out of Ellie's whole... Oh, that didn't work. Ellie's whole sucking the barrels close to her ability. It's important to grab all these barrels, just let them spawn, and deal with the mice before we see them in the light. Like so. I mean, this is a fairly creative level, I'll give it that. Making use of the lights and the clever bit of elephant being afraid of mice, you know. And just like that, made to the end of the stage. Alright. I believe all that remains is this little bonus game here and then the boss. Let's do the bonus game since it's a bit of fun, but I probably won't bother doing it much more past this point. Well, would you believe it? Hello, kitty. Welcome along to my new whatever. My show's on the road, and it's in every land. The cost of the game, 2 coins in a hand. There's some great prizes on offer today, so come on in, choose to play. Come on, kitty, have a go. You could win, you never know. Alright, let's play the game. We have head-to-head, race to 25, endurance. There's all sorts of little versions of the same game here, pretty much. Let's do the race to 25. I mean, they're all pretty similar, let's be honest. This is where Cranky appears. Cranky doesn't have his own little area anymore. He's just in this bonus game. All we have to do is throw balls at the targets, and we have to score 25 before Cranky does. Head-to-head is just trying to do better than Cranky consistently. I don't know how the other modes work exactly, but it's an interesting little mini-game, I suppose. I like the perspective it has. It's very fluid. The movement is great. The fact that both Dixie and Kitty have their own sprites as well as Cranky Kong there is great. I also like that Swanky Kong returns. I really like Swanky Kong as a character. It should be no surprise that I like Swanky Kong. I didn't make it to 25, I got 24, but I guess the time ran out. Some of your targets were twice the size of mine. Ah, come on, Cranky, don't be like that. Don't be so... dumb. Anyway, we win some lives and some coins. It's just a fun little way to waste time, I guess. Let's head on to the boss, Belcha. Belcha's Barn. Let's head right down. And over here we have the boss, which is this giant barrel with a mouth. All we have to do... Oh, damn it, I messed up. All we have to do is throw these bugs into Belcha's mouth. Because Belcha tends to belch. There we go. As soon as we do, Belcha's gonna fly back from the belch. Essentially, this is a tug-of-war kind of boss, similar to how Crocomire works in Super Metroid, where the more we push them back, the better. The more they push us back, the worse. So we're just trying to move them this way, without a typical health bar or method of damaging them. Looks like we almost got them. Oh, there we go. Okay. Easy. And so just like that, we took care of the first boss of the game, and we're on to the next world of the game. We get shot out of a cannon, I guess. And now that we're done with Lake Orangutan, I need to talk. We're on to the Kremwood Forest, so join me next part as we head in there.